everyone. Come on in. Hi, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hello, God's favorite. Come on, God's favorite 82. I love this mix. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Say hello. Happy Tuesday. Yep. It's a praise day. Praise. I am doing good, Cookies baby. Come on in. We'll like you, and go favorite. Hi, everyone. You guys, whatever your mood has been, whatever your day has been like, come on in. Let's celebrate God. God is faithful. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, TikTok people. I sent Miss Becker. I sent an email. We're wrestling not against flesh and blood. Hey, hi everyone. I sent you an email. Check your email. I did send you an email. Hello everyone. Come on in. Say hello. Say hello. Come on in. Happy Tuesday. I already said this is my Monday. But yes, it was Columbus Day anyway. So I think most people, official offices were not open, like our courthouses and all that. But listen, I don't do holidays. Like I don't. I work weekends sometimes. So, hi everybody, come on in. Yes, so dance praise. Let's talk immigration. Come on in. Say hello when you come on. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, immigrration lawyer. Have to put that. I am an immigration lawyer based in hello, Sammy Groovy. Based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. We got an immigration case. From hands.case case staff, we can do represent immigration clients regardless of state you leave it. Okay, I'm taking a breath. So, oh Lord, let me get my glasses because y'all know I cannot see to save my life. Okay, here we go. Excuse me 1 second. How was everybody's 3-day weekend? I hope y'all had 3-day weekend, I want to say. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm telling you, night and day. Hello, how you doing? Miss Bakari, check your email. I did send you an email. Let me see. I can check it real quick. Yeah, I did. So check your email. I did send you an email. But hi, everyone. Once again, this is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I am an immigration lawyer, and I represent immigration clients. I get a question every day. Can you represent me if I don't live in Alabama? Yes. If it's an immigration case, and if it's case time, because I don't do every kind of immigration case. And we do that, then we can, and I can represent you in your case. So come on in. Let's talk immigration. Tell me how your 3-day, most people had 3-day weekends. So tell me how that was. I had a long weekend. I had to go to the doctor's yesterday to get some something done. But anyway, I digress. But if you want to contact us, our contact information, if you are on Facebook and YouTube, it is scrolling across the screen, 334-341-4475. That's our contact number. You can also visit our website at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Send an email to info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. You can also send an email to my email address, which is aos@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. And I try to respond to every email. Now, if the email has nothing to do with immigration, I don't respond. Like, I get some emails like, okay, you want to go on a date? No, I do not. Or can you get me a green card? Or can you match? Can you arrange a marriage? No, I won't respond to that kind of email. But you can send an email. You can also text us on a regular office line, 334-341-4475, or on WhatsApp. Same office number, but we're on WhatsApp. Please like and share our Facebook page. Subscribe to YouTube channel. There are a lot of people who get blessed every single day. I get, either a DM or an email saying, listen, what you do, keep doing it. It's helping people. Or some people come across the videos and they're like, oh, okay, I think that's along the line of what I need. And so let me go get some help. So it is very, very helpful. So I appreciate your sharing and like, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. All social media platforms is 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 Immigration, and all social media platforms. Okay, so let's talk immigration. Y'all already know the drill. Put your questions at the end, in the comment section at the end. We'll address those questions. So let me talk about something that came up in one of my consultations today. And that will be about this year alone. I want to say almost a 12th person, just off the top of my head, has had that same issue. And so let's try to nip that in the bud real quick. And that is, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can see it on your screen. But on Instagram and TikTok, it says dating while I-751 is pending. Dating while your I-751 is pending. What consequence does that have on your pending petition? If you're dating, beauty_, but they put your question in the comment section with your questions at the end. Thanks for joining. If you're dating and you have an I-751, an I-751 is a petition you file to go from a 2-year green card to a 10-year green card. What is the consequence of that? If you're dating, you have the I-751 pending, and this has to do with those who file a self-petition. Obviously, you don't want to be dating while you file jointly with your spouse, like on your own. I can't help you with that. So I'm talking about when you are filing based on abuse, filing based on divorce. What does that, or extreme hardship? What consequence does it have? So I-751, that's what you file. In other, for you're already a green card holder, but you have conditions on your residency status. And in order to remove those conditions, you file this I-751 USCI. It's almost like filing your application all over again, because they get a second bite at looking through your good faith and deciding whether they should have approved your case in the first place to start with, right? So they're also, and generally you're required to file with your spouse. That's the general requirement. However, if you have going through a divorce, or you have been subjected to abuse, even though you're not divorced, you're still married, but you've been subjected to abuse, or you're filing based on the fact that if you're not allowed to keep your residency status and you're sent back to your home country, then you will suffer extreme hardship. In those on those 3 grounds, you're able to file a self-petition. Basically, you're able to file that I-751 petition without your spouse. You can file on your own. And to go further, you can file that I-751 when you're filing a self-petition before the 2 years anniversary, because generally you have to wait 2 years and then you file with your spouse, or you can file within 90 days for the 2nd year anniversary. However, a self-petition can be filed at any time. So literally you can get your conditional residency card today, get divorced tomorrow, file your 751 the next day. That's basically what that means. So what happens if you file that and USCIS now, you have to not go for an interview, you're scheduled for an interview, and now they pull up your record, because y'all have to understand something. Some of these people are former military servicemen and women, former private investigators, former FBI agents. So there are a lot of USCIS officers that have investigative background. And so people always ask me, Sissy Laura, about when you social media. Listen, people. Listen. Ṣe fẹ́ underestimate àwọn tó yẹ pé ìlú wọn ló wà, wọ́n mọ̀ tí Osama bin Laden wà níbi tó ń gbé, and took him out silently. You want to tell me they would not have access to their own record? There is nothing you are going to put out there that if you put it out there, the USCIS cannot get hold of. They may not get a hold of it the first time, but trust me, they will. So there's nothing, as long as you put it out there in the outer space, in the cloud, it's out there. You can delete till Jesus comes back, it's out there. So what is the consequence of dating while you file a self-petition 751? And one of such consequences, or the main consequence, is you risk USCIS officer concluding that your marriage was not in good faith, that you were the one who was not in the marriage that got you that green card to start with, in good faith, that you only entered the marriage just so you can get that status, and now that's why you are dating. That came up with the person that I consulted with today, and now we're having to deal with immigration court, and we're also having to deal with filing a new petition. So if you have a 751, the best thing you can do for yourself is to not date. Stay off the dating websites. They have access to that. If you've entered your username or anything, now understand something. If you are filing a divorce-based 751 or an abuse-based 751, and you are dealing with a spouse who is not necessarily happy with you, scorned spouse, man or woman, there are some people, in this case, where those spouses are vindictive enough to contact USCIS and tell them and make accusations against you, saying you only use them to get papers. And the law allows you to defend yourself. That's why we have due process in the United States. But unfortunately, whenever they send information like that, USCIS has the burden to investigate. So if you're dealing with someone who you already know has been able to hack into your phone or has your passcodes, whatever the case may be, and they see you on dating sites, keep in mind that the effect of that on an I-751 is that it will be deemed that you were the cause of the end of your marriage. It will be deemed and alleged that you probably did not go into that marriage in good faith, and USCIS will now require you to prove that not only are you entitled to remove the conditions on your residency, but in order to do that, you're now going to be proven once again the good faith you already successfully passed through to get to your green card. You're not going to be required to prove that one more time based on a track record of you leaving trails of dating sites or starting to date, or sometimes people actually are remarried. In the sense of, how does that happen? You get divorced from your spouse, right? You file based on divorce. While your divorce is done, while your I-751 is still pending, divorce is over, nothing stops you from actually moving forward and getting married. I've advised against that several times, and every single person that's done that has had their 751 prolonged or have an RFE or notice of intent to deny. Because for whatever reason, USCIS feels like if you have an I-751 that is still pending, you're not done with that, you're now in a new marriage, it's like, okay, you actually just used the other man to get this green card, and this is the person you really wanted to be with to start with. So the consequence of you dating while you have a 751 that is pending is that it will go against the good faith proof burden on your initial marriage. And now, because you still have to prove good faith marriage when you are filing with your spouse, when you are filing self-petition but divorce happened, when you're filing self-petition but you've been subjected to abuse, you still have to prove good faith one more time, just like you did in together to your green card. You would have to prove it a second time. And so dating does not help you. Like, Shimon. How do I put this without getting myself in trouble? I'll say it another time. But long story short, if you're going on a date and if you feel like you just need some, then what is that thing they say in Yoruba language where but it translates to me that your left hand shouldn't know what your right hand is doing. So you've got to keep it like, on the down low. Got to keep it under wraps. So USCIS doesn't figure out like, oh, that's you. Yes, I'm a Yoruba girl. Don't I sound like that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Along for me like just God, Lord Jesus, help me to be patient, help my body to behave until until I get my 10-year green card. So yes, so why chat you ain't got to so Emma one yara continent say, oh no. I want immigration more. So that what I would advise is keep in mind that dating sites are not the best, don't have the best reflection on you. Okay. When you have a pending I-751, it's best to just stay off dating sites. It's best to just stay off dating. Get your 10-year green card in your hands. If your case is still pending and you're eligible to file your citizenship at the same time, go ahead and do that. Get your papers, and then you can move on and enjoy life with the people you want to enjoy life with. So I just had that today, and I've seen that recur quite a number of times with consultations this year. And I was like, you know what? Can we just try not to date? Like, I mean, join those churches in my life and live walk on the other opposite sex for like 200 years. Then you need to go join those churches until you get your green card. But in all seriousness, dating while you have an I-751 pending doesn't put you in a good light. Keep in mind that the consequence of that is it goes against, it questions and it puts into doubt the good faith of your marriage. And now and the goal is to try to get your interview waived to start with, because they're waiving interviews in I-751, including self-petition, which I've had 2 waived this year so far, 1 based on divorce and 1 based on abuse. And so if you not complicate things by having your dating profiles and all that, you're setting yourself up for having an interview scheduled in your case. So do everything you possibly can to avoid dating, or keep it on the down low. Like but anyway, that's all she wrote. Just wanted to come in today, start off on that advice and say, hey, listen, people, just don't complicate things for yourself. It's just a matter of time. Just hold on, let that time pass by, and know that you are playing and chipping away at the good faith part of your evidence when it comes to an I-751. Okay, all right. It's gonna be a short night because I have 2 cases I have to go out tomorrow. Let me charge my computer before I lose power. And then I have criminal cases tomorrow, and I have criminal cases on Thursday. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. All right, let me start on Otisui. Sorry, Emma Dekosui. Um, Hello, Mr. West. Yes, I had to take. Well, I said I was going to take the weekend off with my kids, and I did for the most part. I had to spend time with my boys, but yeah, I will be a week from today. Well, I'll let you guys know because we may take a break next week. I got some things coming up, but I'll let you guys know before then. But how are you? No, no resting. I was in court this one because I do criminal defense as well as many of you know. So I was in court this morning. I have to be in court for criminal cases tomorrow and then criminal cases on Thursday. And yeah, it's the story of my life. Yeah, I don't know what those judges were thinking, but they just did it back to back and just put everything together. Um, it's 334-341-4475. I say it too fast. Okay, 334-341-4475. Ako Abin one. Is that your real hair? Yeah, it is my real hair. Growing out of my scalp. Like Jesus gave me that. Okay. Ekale, miso yufeso, shala fialewa. Is it miso Mr. I don't know, because that's a unisex name. Okay, Anbu says, how many minimum witness affidavits needed for a VAWA case? I usually say if you can get two. Obviously, at a very minimum, you need one person, but two is always my preference. Ekale, Mr. Rashid, shala fialewa. Priscilla says, my VAWA case has been approved since January this year. How long will I need to wait for green card process? USCIS.gov/present times. And I've said it several times. It depends on the field office and how long it's taking them to schedule an interview if they decide they're going to schedule an interview in your case. Best KZ, thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a day of joy. Thank you, Miss Pam. Can somebody tell me why we say that in Nigeria? Like, why do people say ekujometa? Like, why don't you say ekujomeri or or joko? I mean, I know it's a prayer, but why meta? Why three? Like, I think I've asked my mom that before, and my mom, growing up, my mom used to say that. Anyway, yeah, bisola. I mean, hello, Miss Wanola. How are you? Hello. Some of my favorite people. But can somebody tell me why is it Ojometa? What kini ang kojo? Why katashi kojo meri ati Ojomewa? Why three? Huh? I don't know. Just asking for a friend. Well, Miss Pam, I'm telling you, God is not asleep. God is not asleep. He hears our cries and he's not asleep. Y'all, God is not sleeping. It may not happen when we want it to happen. I would ask her. I mean, my older brother's name is Oluwafemi. Yafemi, why do they say Jometa and Yoruba people? Or anybody who knows. Why is it not Ijomeri, Ijomaru, Ijomewa? Just listen, just a thought. Okay. Mr. Okwemi, how are you? What of the case of I-130? Is it same as I-751? I'm thinking you made I-751. Well, you're not supposed to be dating when you have an I-130. Like, that's your spouse filing for you. Why would you even consider? Okay, make me understand. Why would you be dating when you have someone you're married to who's filed for you? Man like Walasha. Eh? Ibi tí lion sùn sí ẹ̀kọ́ fẹ́ lọ́kọ ní òkè o. Ẹ jẹ́ àwọn bóyá ó lè gíyàn jẹ. Ẹ jẹ́ fi wàhálà lẹ̀. Mr. Kwemi. Also, does parole issued for VAWA case for traveling? It's not a different parole. Parole is not attached to a VAWA petition. Parole is attached to a 485. or if you file it based on a pending asylum case. So it's not attached. There's no parole that is attached to the VAWA petition. So the way it is the network. What network? Y'all can hear me on Instagram? Can somebody let me know? Because I don't see anything wrong, but then I have 3 full bars. But so VAWA petition is a separate petition. VAWA petition is a standalone petition in the sense of you're able to file an I-360 just by itself. Okay, perfect, Mr. Wonderland. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. Keep me updated. Send me an email. What's going on? Okay, thank you. So you're able to file a VAWA petition by itself. So there's nothing attached to it. The only thing that comes off of the VAWA petition is after approval, you get a C-31 EAD automatically issued if you select that option. But as far as advanced parole, that is attached to, you're filing as a DACA, as a dreamer, you're filing as, an asylum seeker, you're filing based on a 485. So it's not attached. So it's the same thing. If you're filing an advanced parole and when you have a VAWA case pending, that's because you have, filed an I-485. Does that make sense, Mr. O'Crane? So it's not okay. Mr. West, if 485 is denied, is there a chance of getting it through VAWA? Just asking for a friend. You know their friend. Oh, I thought he was gonna. I told it. Yes, short answer, yes. Start a new one and that's it. So let me put it this way. I actually have cases where we actually convert from a regular I-130 case to a VAWA case. And some of our clients were like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with the 485. I don't mind paying a new filing fee. I want a new one. If that one is still pending when we submit this, we'll just return the other one. I want nothing that has to do with my abuser. So yes, he's able to start when he files a VAWA case, he's able to start that and file a new one. But the earlier he starts, the better. So let him know. I will ask her, Miss Bam. Royal 496. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love what I do, people. I hope I don't listen. I'm one of those people that I don't have a medium. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it's not a curse, but it's it's a disadvantage to you because I don't know how to hide my emotions. What you see is what you get with me. Like I have a heart of gold. Like people who know me know that I have a heart of gold. But in the same vein, I can turn 180 and cuss you out like you would like, ha, and to get kidding you. Yeah, that's me. I'll cuss you out in the heartbeat. So don't. But let me go to TikTok. I'll be back on Facebook and YouTube. But let's go. You need TikTok. Enrojo. Okay. David 4646. Are you single? Let me put it this way. The question I have is, can you afford me? I'm very high maintenance. Don't be fooled by the easy going because yeah. you'll just go bankrupt like until yeah, you'll go bankrupt. So just leave it alone. I'm seeking asylum for me and my kids. What must I do first? Consult with a lawyer. That's the very first thing you want to do. Talking about asylum. Oh, this lady is gonna be so mad at me. Where is my? I'm supposed to send her. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot. Oh shoot. Okay. Thank you for bringing asylum. She's gonna be so mad at me. I haven't forgotten about her. Hi, my parents have visitor visa interview in January. Should I apply for the green card right now? Oh, wait. If you put in anything now, they may see that as they have immigrant intent. So I would say wait. If they get their green card, if they get their visitor visa, awesome. Let them come visit. Let them stay, 90 days. 90-day rule applies to marriages, but even for parents, I already say just let them stay. They give them 6 months good. After 90 days, then I'm assuming you're a citizen, then you can file their I-130 on their behalf. They can file the green card applications. and they can get you their green cards before they leave. How can I get a work permit if I finish a phlebotomy course as an international athlete on F1? You have to qualify for a work permit, work visa, someone filing on your behalf. You got to qualify. Hi, ma'am. I have a question. Can my husband file his I-751 without my signature? I'm assuming you are the citizen or green card holder, and that you were the one who filed the initial green card for him. So that's kind of like a conflict kind of question for me, because I represent the immigrants generally, but disclaimer, general information, but generally, so that's what I talked about earlier on. People can file self-petition. So they can file if there's a divorce, they can file if there's been some abuse in the marriage, and abuse doesn't have to be physical, and they can file if they will suffer extreme hardship if they're not allowed to. So they can file without your signature in a nutshell. How long is USCIS taking to process K1 fiancé visa? Too long. I have some that I have about 10 that we're still waiting to file this year. Actually, more than that. And don't even get me started. Hello, Miss Christine. Busy at work. Okay, no worries. How have you been? I haven't seen you on TikTok in a while. That's true. Okay, let's see. Can a person get a citizenship when they still owe IRS money? Listen, let's just leave IRS alone. I met with my financial planner today. Oh, Lord. Sherry, I want Nigeria, African immigrants work. We work hard. I'm telling you, we work hard. And I just get aggravated that there's an agency ready to just take almost half of what I'm making, and then they tell us we listen, but you want to clear up anything you have. If you so owing taxes has a bearing on good moral character. However, if you are owing but you have a track record where you are consistently paying back your back taxes, no pun intended, then that helps to show that you're a person of good moral character. But I would say, live with Albertina, I would say to consult with a lawyer before you file anything. Okay. Off topic, love your glasses. Thank you. Truth hurts. Isis? Is that one? I don't know. How long I-130 is going to take when you currently live in the United States? Depends on what category you're filing. How can someone know if his or her name is on a U.S. crime list? I know who you are. FBI report, FBI check. I don't know. How long does it take to get a work permit after applying for asylum? We got a couple of that for asylum clients today. So they're back with filing for work permit within 150 days. You don't have to wait 365 days anymore. I am seeing in my firm that the newly filed asylum work permit applications, I have some cases that were filed back in February. We're still waiting for renewals. But those that we filed as a new application, everything I've filed so far has been less than 3 months for asylum cases. New work permit asylum cases, less than 3 months. There's one that was about 45 days. So that's what I'm seeing in my firm. Now, there are some VAR related work permits, C9 work permits that there's one without July and it was approved end of September. I mean, There's no rhyme or rhythm with USCIs, but I'm just telling you what I am seeing. But if you go by the processing times, it can take anywhere up to 10 months. Thank you. Yeah, my Yoruba has 𝒂𝒐𝒓𝒌𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒕, so that's okay. Have a chocolate with me. Listen, I laugh at myself too. My dad used to laugh at my Yoruba, so hey. I have 10 years green card. Can I apply for my 2 years of marriage? Mm. How can a medical doctor migrate easily from Nigeria to America? Work, I guess. USMLE exams. I'm trying to think because my ex-husband, the father of my children, he is a medical doctor and he's got his own clinic. He came, and that's how I got my green card, through employment. But he came on a student visa initially to do his USMLE, and then got into residency, and the rest is history. So that path is what we use, like he and I, because my kids are first generation American born citizens. But I know a lot of people come through rotations as well. But when you get here, I have more options for you coming in. It just depends on what you qualify for. What is the best option? Someone comes in with a student visa, but due to funds, don't attend. If you don't attend at all, you've got to be able to justify why, because usually, and a lot of people don't know that if people want to get a student visa just to come into the country, that's good. However, you're running into a problem when you come in and you do not use that student visa in the sense of you don't go to school at all. If you're able to justify that you just could not because of hardship, then you may be, exempt from a waiver. For the most part, a lot of people fall into misrepresentation, and then you have to not file a misrepresentation waiver and then prove that you have a qualifying a relative that is going to suffer extreme hardship if you're not allowed to stay. So you've got to be very careful with that. I'm a U.S. citizen. My mom has a green card. Who is in the best position to file for my siblings? It depends on whether or not your siblings are married. If your siblings are married, your mom cannot file for married children as a green card holder. If they're not married, then your mom, and they remain unmarried, then your mom filing for them as the mother may actually most likely be faster, because the F4 category, which is siblings of U.S. citizens, is taking the longest. Like, I should not want me by rapture before a lot of people will get their green cards in F4 category. That's just the truth. So okay, that's what I was thinking. You're 10-year green card, then I apply for citizenship, saying okay, you have to be, if you're still married to the person, to the citizen, then you must have been a legal permanent resident for 3 years. You can file 90 days before the 30-year anniversary. If you're no longer married to the citizen, you have to wait for 5 years. Okay. Cindy Sammy too. I don't know. I don't think I saw your question, but what's your question? How long before I get my adjustment of status? I-140 approved in August. Congratulations. Adeola Raj. Is that Raji? Was that a self petition? Was it a national interest waiver or employer sponsored? How long before you get your green card? I just got, there were about 5 that I filed last year, October, and we got the deficiencies. We got the RFEs for medicals today. And usually when they send us that, that means they're about to adjudicate. Now, keep in mind, like I always say, it depends on the field office that is adjudicating your case. Employment based, usually you're not scheduled for interview. I've had maybe one, and that's because the person has some things in their history. But for the most part, they're not scheduled for adjustment interview. So it just depends on when you filed. Okay. How can I get my husband's case out of court? You want to start by consulting with a lawyer. I'm trying to relocate with my family to Canada or US. Can you be of assistance? No, I cannot because we don't provide avenues to immigrate. Cindy, Sammy, I think I've answered your question. Oh, you were the one who asked about what should you do first. The first thing you want to do is consult with a lawyer, so you're doing the right thing and not just sending in an asylum application and selecting the wrong basis for that. Can a U.S. citizen file for their siblings over 21? U.S. citizen can file for any sibling of any age. As a green card holder, how can I file for my fiance to come to America? You cannot file for a fiance as a green card holder. If you want to have them come, you either wait to become a citizen and then file a fiance visa petition, or you get married to them and file a spousal petition. I want to know about UK dependent visa. I don't do UK immigration. I'm in the United States. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. What is your question? I didn't see any question with your name. Can you put it back up? My friend just got a letter removal and he has a VAT case going on. I'm assuming you mean that he got a notice to appear in immigration court. If that's the case, then you want to tell him to meet with a lawyer. Okay, let's see. All right, let me go to Instagram. What's the time? Oh, 10 o'clock today. Okay. I have to get up soon. Ellen is back here. Did you find it? Hello, Mr. Taiwo. How are you? Haven't heard from you in a while. A lot of folks that I have. How much do you averagely charge to file bar? I don't have any average rate, and my clients, everyone's case is so different. I don't know what's in your history. I don't know if we're converting. You have a pending case. I don't ever give anybody any quote until I have sat down with you, with consultant, and I know exactly what needs to be done in your case. Then I can give you a fee. But I don't have ranges, and I don't. Taya_3 blessed. I'm good. How are you? I'm married a U.S. citizen, and I have an 8-year-old and a 19-year-old. When I marry my husband, will they get their green cards also? Okay. So with the 19-year-old, that person may have to wait until you get your green card. And here's why. If you're married a citizen and you want your child to qualify as an immediate relative, then the marriage must have occurred before your child turns 18. So if you're yet to get married and you have a child that's already 19, that's going to be a problem. The 8-year-old is fine. And when you get married, then your husband can also file for the 8-year-old. But in order for a stepchild to qualify, then marriage must have occurred before that child turns 18. Okay. Beauty_birthday. I'm waiting to see what your question is. What about dating while your VAT is still pending? That usually I don't worry about as long as you do not get married. If you get married while your vow is pending, you have successfully ended your vow career. that's that's just the truth. So, LA, Nashi, hanky panky, and all that. I'm gonna be more needing to dance on you, but as long as there's no marriage, that's my only concern when it comes to Vikings. Now, it doesn't mean you have to broadcast for the whole social media. It should be more on. Come see my, my princess. And then nobody needs to know. Just keep that under wrap. Just leave it alone. Let's see. Can you get a 10-year green card on your first interview after marriage? Not sure what you mean by first interview. Why would you want to plan for more than one interview? No. S Planet 6. It's not 335. It's 334. Thank you for helping out. But it's not. It might look like 335. It may come money 335 number. It's 334 area code 341-4475. Are you trying to ask when you can get a 10-year green card? Is that what your question is? And if that's what your question is, you and trying to avoid a 2-year green card, and I did a video about, I think 2 weeks ago, thereabout, is if at the time your I-485 is approved, your marriage is more than 2 years, then you get a 10-year green card. I'm hoping that's what you're asking. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. Are you serious? She's going to be sworn in as a citizen before you, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, you filed this year, right? And not to add anything, but I think every citizenship application I've filed so far, they've all been scheduled for an interview. But yours is coming. It's coming. Just wait. It's coming. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, it's coming. It has to come. There's no other choice. They have to schedule for an interview. There's no other way. It's just a matter of time. Okay, let's see. Receipt notices from Vermont Service Center are taking forever. I have some cases we found in August. We're still waiting, and that is driving me up the wall. So, and then I have some that, make sure nobody. I have some. This is a case that I filed, and I brought this home with me because he's been bugging my life. So I just said, let me just bring it home. But we filed this VAWA case. First week in September, I think. So, listen, USCIs, they don't, no rhyme or reason with them. My friend's divorce letter that was sent to him by his wife, Nigel, was said to be fraudulent by USCIs, and this was the reason he was denied. And also because of that, his USA wife divorced him. Okay. What can he do, ma'am? He's devastated. He needs to talk to a lawyer, but I can tell you, if his case was denied, and now he's divorced, he probably just needs to get a new divorce from the first wife, and hopefully he remarries somebody else. If someone comes to the Mexico border, they get married to an American citizen. So what's the question? God's favorite 82. Of course, it's like she's eyewitness. I plead the fifth. I'm just trying to save somebody some headache. Listen, sometimes I'm like, let me go. I'm afraid of myself. So, okay, let's see. Oh, can they marry as an American citizen? You can. The question is, can you get a green card? And you may end up having to leave after getting a waiver found. Okay, all right. Is it advisable to file a marriage-based green card with all the evidence from the beginning? Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. Especially now that they are trying to waive as many interviews as possible. If you're trying to increase the chances of having your interview waived, USCI has literally just employed remote employees to work specifically on I-485s, and they're remote so that if they look through the evidence you submitted, they can see if it's sufficient enough to justify waiving an interview. And if they see that it is, then you stand a chance of having your green card interview waived. And the way you can do that on your end is to send in everything in but the kitchen sink. Everything. How successful is VAW if you meet all the requirements, and what do they mean by credible evidence? Credible evidence is basically 51% versus 49. That's what credible evidence means in layman terms. However, what makes up credible evidence differs from one case to another. Because you have a similar case doesn't mean you're going to get a similar result. And how successful is VAW case? I never give chances or percentage. I don't. I tell you, we can make a strong case for you. I tell you that it's a 50-50 chance. Sometimes I would do that, very rarely, when I know that. So, example, if you've had a previous case where you were told that USCI has concluded that you committed marriage fraud and it was a sham marriage, that's a permanent bar in its own. In order to fight against that, most of the time you would have to just refile something. And sometimes you may use the VAW case to actually make an argument that it was not, and you didn't have a choice because based on what the person puts you through. Trying to fix something here. Hold on, people. Okay. So in that kind of situation, I would tell you 50-50 because it is one thing to have enough evidence for your VAW case. It's another to be able to rebut their conclusion that you already committed marriage fraud, because once they stick to that, you cannot overcome that. There's nothing else you can do, regardless of how much credible evidence you have subsequently. So I hope that helps you. I-360 petition filed in January 2022. How much time to approval? Approximately in religious organization, uscis.gov/present times. Is it advisable to wait for 2 years before filing for my green card based on marriage? If you can, if you want to increase your chances of not getting the 2-year green card and just staying out of trouble, then I wouldn't say I can advise you to stay if you have a chance of, or because the longer you stay, the more you increase your chances of being issued a notice to appear in immigration court. However, the fact that you have a pending case does not mean that you cannot still be issued a notice to appear in immigration court. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. You think, oh, I have something pending, so they can't put me in immigration court. No, it doesn't go that way. You can have everything pending. If you have, put it this way. If you're a green card holder and you're charged with a crime that is a deportable offense, even with a green card, you can end up in deportation proceedings. So how much more someone who doesn't have any green card? So that's the way you can look at it. Okay. How many years green card does an asylee qualify for? 10. There's no conditional what with asylee. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I want to be more sure. What kind of situation are you talking about? Shay, marriage and song Bania Biva, or what are you talking about? I'm seeking asylum and I went to visit my ICE officer. He told me I can apply for work permit. Can I before applying for asylum? I don't know anything about your case, so you will have to sit down with a lawyer to discuss your case. Keep in mind, ICE officer is not an immigration lawyer. I am on the live from its start. Can you answer my question, please? Chris_Bowie, what is your question? Because I'm going through questions. I don't see anything that you put in here. Okay, and I'm still going through them anyway. How long does it take to get a valid green card? It can take up to 3 years from the time you start. How long do you advise one wait before filing for papers? Okay, I just answered that. Is it advisable to travel with advance for I have a lady who just came back. I have 4 people who just left. 1 to Dubai, 2 to Dubai, 1 to the UK, and 1 to Nigeria. And knock on wood, they're all coming back in by God's grace. I don't worry about it. Unless you have a criminal case or something. I don't worry about that. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? We go with God, and they'll come back in one piece by God's grace. What happened when someone comes to the border and you need to Chris_Bowie, you need to sit down with a lawyer. This is not a yes or no, or this is straightforward. You need to sit down with a lawyer and know what your chances are, your options are. Okay, my friend is on VA process, but she has a child with someone else. What happens to her case? She already got her work permit through the VA. She's only waiting on green card. Well, not only on green card, she's also waiting on the VA petition to be approved. If she has a child, there's nothing wrong in having a child. Now, in my laws, well, no, don't be, no, we ain't doing that. I'm just saying, it's not the same degree of risk like getting married and ending the whole VA process itself. So, listen, you think I don't know? Wale_GB, like everybody just they ask for friends. I like it now. You don't be friend. Hey, asking for a friend, please. Let's ask for friends. That's okay. What if they cannot go back home because of their sexuality? Then they can seek asylum. But like I said, Chris_Bowie, you need to sit down with a lawyer and find out what your options are. Let people join your live. That's an option I reserve, depending on what I'm doing. Beauty_buddy. So in the case of my 19-year-old, can she stay in the United States until I get my green card and file for her? She will be out of status, and she was not, unless you are a citizen and she's not 21 yet. But I don't see how that's not going to be the case because you're not even married yet. Sister Loy, you're fine. Oh, your husband is lucky. I'm not married. I'm happily divorced. I don't mean it that way. Listen, there's nothing against my ex-husband, but don't even let me get started. Just leave it alone. Let's see. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Is it advisable to travel with advanced parole? I don't know anything about your case, but if there's nothing else outside of unlawful presence, then I wouldn't worry much about it. Thank you, Walioni. How do I file for asylum? What's the first step without contacting a lawyer? You're asking the lawyer to tell you what the first step is without contacting a lawyer. Okay. Hello, Miss Amoni. Everybody friend got issues. Y'all listen. Y'all just gonna well, hey. That might be everybody's asking for a friend. That's okay. I'm gonna answer the questions for your friend, and then you can tell the friend, sit it in your body, like, hey, because it's Siloyani, and everybody's happy. So you gotta love this. Beauty_buddy, my work permit came out just 40 days after USAID. My work is good. This in my case can be approved so fast. That's not what it's saying. _boy. Can I travel with it? What extension? I must have missed that. I got married September, but my wife don't want us to file now till December, January. What can I tell her to convince her to file now? I can't help you with that one. Boy, what extension are you talking about? Can you withdraw a dependent on an asylum? If you can, will he be out of status? If he has no other fallback status, yes. And you're risking removal proceedings. Plan to use as my lawyer, but my case in Baltimore, Maryland. We represent immigration clients in all states. Boy, I'm gonna try to. Okay, let me see what questions are here. This is Sunny Fad for real. Can someone still file for vow after divorce, even if they were denied by USCIS? As long as the divorce hasn't occurred. As long as it's still within 2 years since the final order of divorce, then generally yes. Not saying that your case, but that's just a general law. Boy, I'm trying to. You have to put your question back up because I do not see it here. I may have missed it somehow. Oh, okay. Today makes it 3 months. My biometrics was accepted and nothing else from USCIS. What else are you expecting? What else are you expecting? Fenry Logistics. Can I file for VAR and EAD at the same time? What is the basis for the EAD? So I can give you a call tomorrow so I can apply for my work permit. No, you cannot give me a call. You can call my office and we would let you know how to set up a proper paid consultation. I don't do free consultations. This is how I do my free consultation. So if you want to set up a consultation with us or with me, 30 minutes, 130, 200, 45 minutes, 200. I'm reading it in 1 hour, 230. So that's the fee for consultation. 24 months extension from pending I-751. I'm due for my citizenship January next year, and I want to travel to Nigeria. I'm expecting. Oh, okay. You're asking if you can travel with your extension. When did your green card itself expire? What is the expiration date on the green card? Because the extension extends your green card from the expiration date. Now, sometimes that extension may have expired, that you would not need to make an InfoPass appointment and get a stamp. So that is important for you to check before you leave. April this year. Okay, perfect. So April this year. So you have that 24 months. So you're good till 2024. And I can't talk about your case, but all things being equal, you should be fine. Okay, so you should be fine. That extension is basically showing that you're legal, you're permanent resident, but you're just expecting your 10-year green card. So that allows you to travel, and it would say it on the extension itself that it allows you to travel. So that's what. Make sure you have a copy of, not a copy. Make sure you have your expired green card with you because you're going to need that as well. Okay, people. I now can do because like I said, I have a lot to still get done this night. Judy, you asked me the same question on Instagram, so okay. Olushola Adebanwo. What email? Mr. Adebanwo, I sent you an email since like 200 years ago. Did you check your email? I sent you a Dropbox link. Like on Killing, any Tuesday, Abby. Sent you an email on Saturday. Y'all need to be checking your email before you start making accusations. Cecilia, I'm still waiting. No. Check your darn email. Check your darn email. Yes, I do post the lives on my page whenever I'm done. So you will see. Mr. Adebanwo, I sent you an email since Saturday. So hello, check email. Go. Congratulations, King. Approved. How long you think it's New York, there's no telling. Just see USCIS.gov/person time, see how long it's taking them. Oh, what happened? If you don't know Mr. West, he's just a good man. I'm telling him, I said not to beat himself down. It sometimes, things happen I don't believe in coincidences. I believe God orchestrates things in our lives. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in luck. I believe in God strategically placing things and putting us where we need to be at the right time, not at the time that we choose to be there, but at the right time when it is. If it's not the right time for you to receive your blessings, then you will be receiving something that's incomplete or receiving somebody else's blessings. But at the right time, he will put you where you need to be, not using somebody else's clock. I've learned that a long time ago, that you cannot use somebody else's timeline to judge your life. If you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. You've got to understand, Bible is very clear. To everything, there is a season. Your season is different from mine. My season is different from yours. And let me tell you something, people. I had friends that were way into their careers when I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. I was a stay-at-home mom, no income, solely dependent on someone, miserable as hell. But Lord knows that I would not take it back. I would not change a thing, because my kids, I was able to breastfeed a child for a whole year. That, Lord, I was almost drained. But and there were times I would look at it like, wow, somebody's doing this and that's what I want. And I got to a point where I had to train my mind to say, there is a reason why this is a season to do this. The season to do something else that is my dream and my passion and my calling, that I know that it is coming. I can never forget the day I was still married, and I was in the living room. My kids were one was in school, one was in daycare. I just finished cleaning my house, and I was working on something pro bono for a family member, immigration paperwork. And I was like, God, you know how much I love this work. I don't know how you're going to do it. I didn't have any law license then. Nothing. I don't know how. I only had my Nigerian law school license. And I said, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you're going to make a way. I can't fathom, I can't think, but I know that you know my heart. You know what my heart desires. And I tell you, just place it before the altar of grace. And it may not come when you want it to come, but it will. Wait for it, because it shall surely come. It's sometimes I have to remind myself that, okay, something isn't working the way I want it to work. But then I remind myself that it's not my time, but God, who is an on-time God, who makes all things perfect, beautiful at his time. He will perfect that concerns all of us at the appointed time. So I'll leave you guys with that, and I will see you guys on